Good.
Okay.
Hey YouTube, my name is Pastor. Oh, this chair is broken.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Just a little broken. Let's start over.
Hey YouTube, my name is Pastor Joseph Bianco, and this is my wife.
Hello, I'm Camden.
Today, we are going to talk about arguing. So how we argue. So you won't find this in a book, but this is how we do it. We're not saying this is how everyone should do it, but if this is helpful to you, then that would be good. So this is how we argue. We initially have what we call an offending party. So generally arguments arise not mutually, they arise because one person made a mistake or hurt the other person's feelings or did something that was offending. So we would call that person the offending person. So if you're the offending person, if you're the person that made the mistake and the other person comes to you and says, hey, I would like to talk to you about something that bothered me, then it is the offending person's job to take the position of listening first. So let's just pretend here for a moment. Let's say I'm the offending person, and let's just say, what did I do?
What should I have you be?
I left the garage door open.
That's it! You did do that. At night.
So let's say I've done that.
Yeah.
So let's say I left the garage door open. You come to me and you say,
I'd say, Joseph, is there a good time today we could talk about what happened last night with the garage?
Sure. And I say, yeah, this is a good time. We can talk about it now. So I'm the offending party, so it's my job to listen first. And what this is, we could do a whole nother video on listening. But for the sake of this video, we're just going through how it is that we argue. So I look at you and I say, okay, I'm ready to listen, and you vocalize your complaint.
So it scares me when you leave the garage door open. People can get in our house. I don't check it because I'm never in the garage. So it's really all on you to make sure that that's closed. And it just worries me that that happens, and it's happened multiple times, and just feels like an unnecessary risk. I really need to know that you'll take care of that.
Yeah. So Camden's vocalized her complaint. At this point, it's only my job to listen. So I'm not going to critique her. I'm not going to tell her why she's wrong. All I'm going to do is reflect back what she said, but I'm going to do it in my own words. So Camden, what I heard you saying is that you are upset with me leaving the garage door open because it is a safety issue for our family. It's a serious thing. It's an entryway into our house. It's at night, so we wouldn't really be aware. And I maybe didn't say this directly, but it gets at that issue of trust. You know, do you trust me to close up the house at night?
Yeah.
So at this point, I'll ask Camden. I'll say, do you feel heard, or is there more you want to say? And what can often happen is I'll say something, and then she'll, very naturally on her own, recognize I have more to say. And then she might say it, and I still have to listen.
Yeah. So these might be places where maybe I've had some irrational fears or feel more personal about the safety. So I might need to talk through how that made me feel unsafe, how it scares me with the kids. And even if I'm being, like, let's just say I'm blowing it out of proportion, maybe I'm not even talking nice. We still have the expectation that at this point, his job is to listen and not correct me and tell me, Camden, that's irrational. Camden, you're getting too upset about this. If there's anything else that I'm feeling that I need to process with him, I will kind of talk it through at this point. But I feel like at this point you understand.
Okay, so once she gives me the go-ahead, we move into what we call the interacting phase. This can be as wooden or as fluid as you would like. If you struggle to go through these phases fluidly, you might make them more wooden. So you might say, you know, can I interact with that? And in the interaction phase, what we're calling it is I am interacting with the things that I agree with, the things that I think that she's right about that I did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm leaving out at this moment the things that she is wrong about.
Mm-hmm.
So I would, in this case, I would say, I think you're right that it's a safety issue. I do think it's serious. I think you're right that it was at night and that makes it more serious. But I have done it a few times,
Mm-hmm.
and I agree with all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was wrong in those ways. She can go back and forth with me on this too, like if she has questions.
Yeah.
But do you have any questions?
I think I would just say that at this point, once you have kind of talked through what you agree with, we both do a lot of checking in on the other person of like, he would ask me then, do you feel like I understand? Do you feel like that's reasonable?
Yeah, we come to agreement.
Yeah.
All right, so responding. So at this point, we've interacted, we've come to agreement on some things, not all the things,
Mm-hmm.
the things that I agree with. At this point, it's my turn to voice my opinion. So you can kind of separate our mode of arguing into two big sections. One person speaks their opinion, and then the other person speaks their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So far, I've been listening and sharing all the things that I agree with what she's saying about. Now it's my turn to share, and it's her turn to listen. So at this point, we've agreed that we can move to responding, and I will. Can I respond?
Yeah.
Okay. So I agreed with those things earlier. I said the things I disagree with are, and they're very minor. But you said I've left the garage door open a lot of times. I've maybe done it twice.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 3 times in our whole marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Overnight.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of times makes it sound like I do it constantly.
That's true. That's true.
Is that
It's very
fair?
rare. Yeah, no, it's fair.
Oh, my light's going out.
Oh, they're all going out. The power going out?
Yep, power went out.
Uh-oh.